On January 26th, Nintendo World Report will be hosting our 9th charity live stream to support Child's Play starting at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The more you donate, the longer we stream with over 12 hours of content available if we can hit our goal of $4,000. Donations are open now, so don't wait. Donate now so you don't forget. For more information and to donate, click the link in the description. And don't forget to join us here on NWR TV on January 26th for the all-day stream. Alright, now back to the video. Hello and welcome to episode 123 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine evening, now not next to me, but across the world. Well, really across the United States, and really only about half the United States, the one, the only, Perry Burkum.
Yes, thank you for that wonderful intro.
You're welcome, yeah.
And really not that, but really this. Yeah, we're back home. I got the PAX Pox.
The PAX Plague, huh?
And I'm almost done with that, so I'm happy about that. But sorry for my Raggedy Ann voice.
You ain't named Ann. You're Raggedy Ann.
Hey, we did talk about a game called Ann.
Ooh, yep, we're going to talk about that. But yeah, it's funny. Yeah. Everyone always talks about the, like I said, PAX Pox, PAX Plague, what have you. And I guess my immune system is just so darn strong that I'm immune. And now,
because you're so used to eating those 7-Eleven pizzas.
It's been a while.
They test your...
I tell you what, though. Hey, I will never judge anyone for getting a hot dog from a gas station. I'm just saying, they're generally pretty darn good.
Why would you judge someone?
They've got all the extra helpings with your chili and your cheese. Ooh.
Dude, you can get amazing deals there, yeah. Or like, have you had those chicken, like their chicken...
Little chicken patties or chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, but they're like in the shape of a hot dog, and then they have a buffalo. Like
I don't think I've ever gotten it.
So good.
I mean, I guess I've got like the tortilla ones that are sort of like chicken wraps with cheese and stuff. And then they've got like taco wrap. They got all sorts of
Yeah, this one's it's so
actually
good.
Last night after dinner, it was a little later in the evening, and your boy Casey was still very hungry, and it was. We've been neglecting going food shopping, and it was one of those like, oh man, it's just like, we'll go tomorrow. We'll go tomorrow. And then obviously we came back from PAX. It was like, we'll go tomorrow, and I had to go to Sonic, and I had to get myself a delicious hot dog.
Delicious hot dog.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was the first time I've ever gotten a Sonic dog.
Oh,
pretty
really?
good. Now the sad thing was that all of the chili and cheese like slid off in the bag, it's within its own contained bag within the carrying bag home,
Yeah.
So it wasn't a disaster, but it was disappointing that I had to scoop all of that chili and cheese back on there, and it just wasn't the same,
Dude, I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
I finally gotten my
Your
smell
appetite
back. No, I've had an appetite. I just have had no smell.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, I had a little Caesar salad for lunch today, so I'm getting a little hungry, so let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, let's do it, because also we will definitely have the biggest eShop Roundup of all time this week. Literally.
Yeah, we were trying to debate. It's like, do we want to do it? It's going to be like 60 games, and Perry said, I'll be damned if I don't talk about every game on the Nintendo Switch.
If I don't do that, then I can't brag about that to every person we meet.
There goes that personal bragging right, So, so yeah, let's I think we're gonna kick off the show with our little PAX South roundup. We talked about what happened or what we saw on the first day, right? So now we're gonna sort of give it the old back end, which was a little lighter. The second day was definitely a little lighter. We went Friday and Saturday to the show floor. Friday we had a bunch of appointments. We saw a bunch of games. We were pretty busy throughout the entire day, I'd say.
Yeah.
So and that's obviously great, but it was sort of nice.
We were already worn out from the day before.
Yeah, scooting with Jules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so the second day we didn't have as many appointments, but I gotta say there were a couple of real good games within these appointments.
Oh yeah, and we had the Smash panel too.
Yeah,
which was surreal.
Yeah, that was bonkers. Now, So yeah, why don't we just go down the whole day as it were? You know what I mean? We'll go in order of what we saw, everything, and that'll include the Smash panel.
Yeah.
So we started off the day by going over to Blowfish Studios, and we went over there to check out JackQuest. They also have a little game called Projection on the way, but we've seen that before, so we went in sort of more focused on JackQuest. And I'm going to let you talk about this game because you were the one who actually got to play it.
That's right. Oh, man. This game blew me away. I mean, it's very... I mean, it's so funny because it's another retro-styled pixel platformer, action platformer, but it's just... There's something about it that was just so good. I don't know if you call it a Metroidvania. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe you do.
It seemed like, at least this section you were playing, seems like it might have some, like, Metroidvania to it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because, essentially, the demo, you went and you beat, like, a little boss, and you got yourself a double jump, and then it opened up a path. But it wasn't really like you had to retreat super far back.
Yeah.
It was just like, you just go a little bit back the which way you came, and it opened up a new path, so...
Right. But anyway, what was so fun about it is, like, it has a really good tutorial about how it works. It's very fast-paced, jumping on the walls, wall jumps, and then you get your sword, and it's huge.
The Buster, man.
Cloud style. Yeah, Buster sword.
Oh,
and it's really fun because you're not used to those in little platformers, And the action felt really good, and the first boss was fun, and apparently I was the only person that beat the boss.
Must have been some bad players at PAX
Seriously,
South.
I was like, geez.
If Perry's number one, boo.
I know. You pathetic PAX players. But yeah, I loved it. I mean, I think we were all impressed with it. And you didn't actually get a chance. I don't think you did get a chance to play it because you were playing another game that they had because they had a bunch of games that we didn't know about. That were coming to Switch. I don't know why, because we were like, I'm like, well, what's that game? And they're like, well, that's Obey Me. And we're like, was that coming to Switch? And they're like, yeah. It's like, well, then
why don't you tell me, you giblet head?
So you big giblet head, So, and then we're playing it. And then, like, they opened up then, like, while we're playing that, we look over at this other guy who's playing this fighting mech robot in space, like, cool-looking game. And we're like, what's that game? And what's that game called?
That game is called War Tech Fighters.
War Tech Fighters, that's not coming to Switch, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. What the heck? And then it kept doing it. And then there's this other one.
But wait,
well, I guess we'll talk
there's
about it.
more.
I know. And there's 5 games that they had. That's exactly what it was. And like, well, why didn't you tell us, you big giblet head? So we ended up just kind of totally taking over.
Oh yeah,
we got a bunch of footage.
You almost felt bad, but then you didn't.
Yeah.
No,
I thought it was fine.
It was great. Like you said, I didn't get to play JackQuest, but it instantly, just watching you play, like, skyrocketed, to a game that I'm absolutely going to play. And it comes out really soon, I think within the next week or so. So you're going to want to keep an eye out for that. It just looked really fun. Like you said, he's got this big, massive sword, and you're just jumping around, and it just looked real. Like, the platforming looked like it had some nice challenge to it, and it looked really good. And then, did you have anything else to say, or should we move on to?
No, I mean, that was it, because it didn't play for that long, right? It was just a very simple,
it was a pretty short demo,
fun game. But I love those games, and you do too. It's just, they're very fun. So, but this next game I didn't get a chance to play, but you did. It looked more up your alley than mine.
Yeah, so it was top down. You have control of this girl and her, like, demon dog. So you two sort of go out there, and it's like I'm trying to put like an exact genre on it. And at first you were like, it sort of looks like, is this sort of like a Devil May Cry sort of Bayonetta game where, like, which the action game, and it's definitely, it doesn't look like those games because it's not like a 3D action, fighting game. It's more like top down, but it's cool because as you travel through the city, you sort of find yourself in, okay, you can't leave this area, and you got a bunch of enemies to kill. And then as you're killing them, you're trying to not get hit. You're trying to dish out damage to these enemies. And then when it's over, you get like a score. So, similar to that, like you get an S rank or whatever. They had like some sort of special name for the S rank. And it's fun because at first you're sort of limited, but like you keep unlocking more abilities to sort of open up your arsenal and different combos. And it seems like it's going to be pretty deep as far as the customability goes.
The customability is just off the charts.
It's off the charts customability. Now, what's cool is,
and you do have that little friend. Yeah,
you apparently can actually like play as the demon dog later on in the game, and then they can sort of like fuse together for like a third play option or a third play style. Cool. So it seems like there's going to be quite a bit to mess around with this game. Now, this one, I think I want to say they said Q3 of this year, so a little further off in the year, but still promising to see that coming out this year. And like you said, it was one of those. This one, when you look at it initially, not that it is so, like intensely graphic intensive that you would have thought like, oh, no way, this is coming to the Switch, but when you look at this game, you would have been like, oh, maybe that's coming out, maybe not in the Switch, but to see it actually coming out to the Switch, and I'm pretty sure, now don't quote me on this, I'm pretty sure they said that it would be like, the plan was to release, for the, all on the same date, day and date with the other versions, but, like I said, I might be making that up, but you'll have to listen to our interviews, which will be going up.
Well, I don't think we interviewed any of them.
Oh no, we didn't.
I think we just got some gameplay of it.
That's why I'm lying to you, boys and girls.
But this next game, War Tech Fighters. Again, a game I looked over and saw someone playing and like, that looks cool. And it's just literally mechs fighting in space. Also, like, with guns, but then also with awesome, huge swords.
Oh,
because
yeah.
mech combat with swords is great. And I remember I was playing, and a guy behind me was playing on the handheld Switch. And like we were playing at the same time, and he said to me, "Did you just finish that guy off in a one-on-one sword fight?" And I'm like, "Yep." He's like,
"That's exactly what happened."
Yeah. And it was like, we were just like, this is the coolest game. And it was really cool. I mean, very simple visuals. Like, I mean, it was impressive for like these big, huge mechs that you're playing with. But obviously, I want to see what more of the game is because it was pretty easy, pretty huge lock-on systems. You just kind of face that way. Felt good, though. Like, it felt like a boss. You know?
I wonder, like, if that's something they sort of tune for a demo, maybe, where it's like, it's in the final version, it might not necessarily be as, lock-on heavy, because like you said, it was one of those you're watching, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, like, you could see it sort of jumping in and like, sort of locking on to that enemy from a pretty far distance. It wasn't even like you were just, like, real close, Yeah, so you wonder how that's going to plan out. Like you said, maybe just in the beginning they give you a little, keep the training wheels on, so that, it's not frustrating, but yeah. It definitely looked pretty cool.
War Tech, which is kind of War Tech Fighters. Also, a pretty generic name.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of matched with the aesthetic.
War.
But and then there was a couple other games that we played there too. I can't remember. One of them was
that picture book game, right?
Yeah, one of them was a picture book. We'll talk more about that later. And then also the Minesweeper game.
Oh, yes. That game looks awesome. It looks
really cute. Yeah. Yeah. And so go over on to our NWR TV and check out our gameplay of these games. They're pretty cute. If you like Minesweeper, it was a very cute aesthetic wrapped around it.
Minesweeper cross Sudoku.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, I've never played Minesweeper. So I guess I didn't know if that was just that, or if it was. I mean, yeah, it kind of seemed like it was like that, but it was great. It was fun, and that was it for the Blowfish Studios. 5 games, I think.
That's it.
3, 4, 5.
Why not more? Dang it!
I know.
Yeah, like you said, it was one of those just funny that we went over. Like, all right, we'll check out JackQuest and we'll go from there, and then just it just kept going like more and more and more and more and more. Which and like I said, most of them like there was that like the children's book game sort of like translated. That one it definitely looked more like for younger children, you know?
I mean, it literally, it's an Australian game, and the name of it is escaping me right now, which I'm really annoyed with. But it really wasn't really too much of a game as like a written narrative, like that you follow along with, you know? So, like I said, I think it would be fun to play literally with like 3 to 5 year olds and read to, like, if you have kids or nephews or nieces, and you can read it with them, and then there's little tiny games that you can play.
Within it,
games and quote.
Yeah, like you said, I think that would be like real good for like children, like trying to get them into like their first game, you know. And like you said, if you're trying to like, maybe they're trying to learn to read, and then you can sort of like, play
and then you can
this,
interact with
and
it.
then you trick them into reading.
That's really all it is. So I mean, it is totally not for people for a hardcore experience. I mean, it's just not, isn't that. It's cool that it's on the Switch though, and it's cool that you can play it on the TV, which is cool, you know, instead of, because it's an iPad game as well. You can play it touchscreen too. So
sweet giblets.
What's the name of that game? We'll figure that out. But yeah, then we went over to our friends at Fabraz.
We sure did. And we got to play a sweet little game called Skellboy. And we both got to play this one now, which is
I played
good.
it the day before, when we got there, and then while you were playing Resident Evil 2. When does that come out?
That comes out on Friday, baby.
Oh, baby!
I'm gonna be shaking in my boots this weekend.
You should stream that.
Honestly, it'd probably be hilarious because I'm gonna scream like a little girl, and it's really gonna be embarrassing.
I'd like to watch it.
Maybe I will.
Anyway, I'd like to. Yeah, it'd be fun to watch it with you. And anyway, but yeah, Skellboy, this cute little game that Fabraz is publishing, and it kind of plays like. I mean, it looks like it plays like Paper Zelda.
The old Paper Zelda.
You know, it's kind of a 3D environment where you walk around, you have a sword, and there's enemies. And the unique hook of the game is that you're kind of constantly swapping out body parts like legs, torsos, and heads that give you different powers and different upgrades, which is really cool. You know, like you get to a section where there is someone on the, what do you call the thing that chops the heads off?
Oh, the guillotine?
Yeah, the guillotine. The guillotine.
Gilla.
Tortilla. It's two wells. And you can either choose to save them or kill them. And, you know, of course, we both chose to chop their heads off.
Took those heads right off.
And then you can take their heads, you know.
Well, which
is really cute.
That was the thing, like, that I didn't know about at all with this game, is that you can pick up like enemy heads, torsos, and legs, and weapons.
Yeah, like zombies, and they can actually make you lose health.
Yeah. It was a really clever idea because you're always going to be changing up your body, presumably, as you keep going.
And Fabian was saying how it's like hard mode, you know?
Yeah. No, it's super fun. It felt really good.
If you save that person on the guillotine, then they'll give you their sword. So then that's the other part, is that you swapping out your weapons as well. And so, like, you know, the very small intro that we played, you go on top of a wall and there's something blocking your path. So you go fight this enemy, and he has this huge club, which then you take afterwards. And then that club, if you charge it up, you can break the box or whatever thing in your path to get by. And, you know, so it has that kind of Zelda-ish, Breath of the Wild-ish type, you know, idea of kind of constantly picking up stuff. So, funnily enough, it is kind of Zelda-ish. It's just not exactly like that. But apparently there's big branching paths. And the big thing was the camera direction. So cool. Constantly dynamically moving around the place. as you move, very like Super Mario Galaxy. I mean, it's not just standing, above on one angle as you're moving. It is like constantly moving with you and changes the angle so you can see various places and stuff. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was excited before just because visually it looked really cool, and I'm super glad to like actually get our hands on it, and it sort of living up to the expectations. Like, all right, this could be a really fun game, So to actually be able to play it and it's okay, this is sort of what we want, or at least what I want.
A cool soundtrack too.
Yeah,
totally.
No, I'm definitely excited for it. I think it's
and
gonna
I can't
be
wait to see what Fabres is doing next too with their in-house stuff.
Those dirty dogs won't tell us.
I know.
What baloney? What Bologna?
What Bologna? With the on the guillotine.
With the tortilla.
With tortillas. Yeah, we did eat that Fabian. He hogged all the mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
And then he was offering his pity mash.
Yeah, we don't want no pity mash. So yeah, we all went out to lunch or dinner, I should say, to a little cafe, and I guess a couple of the entrees, it would you had the option of picking two sides. So they had their mashed potatoes. You had your French
fried
fries.
okra.
Yeah, you had all sorts of stuff. But I guess Fabian, he's like, I need to keep looking good, so I need to keep eating them mashed taters. And he goes, give me a double serving. So we wait a good half hour, 45 minutes.
At least before the food was so slow, the service.
So they come out and they give Fabian his, and she presents to the table, here's his meal with his double mashed potatoes. And then she goes over to Jules and goes, there's no mashed potatoes left. What do you want?
Yeah. And she's like, and this is the last of the mashed potatoes.
I thought that was so funny. Like,
what? And, I ordered mashed potatoes and someone else did too. So there's 3 other people. So they decided to give double portions to one and then cut the others out.
You know what, though? If I saw Fabian, I probably would have given them the double taters too and been like,
because he's so handsome?
He is pretty handsome.
I know. He's charming. The funny thing is that he didn't even want them. He just didn't know what to get. So he's like, yeah, just
throw the double takes on there.
And here's the other thing about that was Lulu's. I think they wanted to eat light. I wanted to eat. I was super hungry. And so I was like, okay, what should I get here? There's this thing on the menu called the Big Mike. And that's what they're famous for, the Big Mike. I was like, heck yeah, that's what I want. And, Jill's like, I'll just get some chicken tenders. And everyone else got like chicken tenders. Just something small.
Thinking like hungry. A little tender basket, is usually not too crazy.
They brought out the chicken tenders to Fabian first and to Ben and everyone. And they were like the size of chicken breasts. Like, and
they were
4
huge.
of them.
They were, 4 little
gigantic.
chickens.
Gigantic. And I was like, oh my goodness, I wonder what the Big Mike's going to be. So then they bring out the Big Mike, in quotes, and it's one of them, it was smaller. It was about the same size as one of the chicken tenders. I couldn't believe it.
I was surprised. Yeah, the amount of food, you definitely got the short end of this stick, which, like you said, it's funny when you go like, I wanted the big boy, I wanted the Big Mike, and I got like a
Big Mike,
a little Perry. That's what you got.
Exactly. But anyway, that was a lot of fun. Skellboy was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play more of that. And hopefully, that's coming out this summer. So
now that was it for our appointments on Tuesday. I mean, I guess there were a few other interview things, but as far as playing games, we went to check out Not Tonight, which is from No More Robots, but they were having trouble because they are from out of the country, and they had to download like a pretty sizable patch or a sizable download for one of their demos.
Those poor people. That's the one thing at PAX, everyone. There's no internet. Like, if you need internet, don't count on anything at PAX. And it's like also like hotel or like, apartment internet. It's not going to be that good. I mean, ours wasn't that bad.
No, in our part, I mean,
good,
it wasn't too bad. Yeah, I mean, we did live stream, and actually, like, it worked. So
yeah,
there was that. But yeah, no, as far as I mean, if you're looking for top tier internet, you're not going to get it from around PAX. But yeah, so we didn't really have any more set appointments, but we happened to be wandering around and we saw this game called A.N.N.E. and Games by Mo, Mr. Moise. What a great name.
Moise, yeah.
He goes by Mo. But yes, so this is a really cool little Metroidvania / shoot 'em up. Some shoot 'em up action in there. Now,
yeah, there's in between the sections, yeah.
Now, yeah, again, this one I didn't get to play. I interviewed Mo, but I want to hear about it, Perry. Tell us.
Well, funnily enough, it was really funny because as we were doing when we were talking to him, we were waiting for this person in front of us who was playing for like 20 minutes.
A real gym bot. No, I'm just kidding.
We're like, yeah, we're going to do this interview. And no, we actually weren't doing that at all.
Yeah.
But
if only someone would get off the sticks, so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I really know what you mean, Case. And we were talking with Mo, and he was telling us everything about it. And it was kind of like I hope you can, save all your good stuff. I mean, he told us a lot about it. But anyway, as we started, I wanted to get to the Metroidvania part a lot sooner, but like obviously we started from the beginning and we got some footage on that, and it was just so funny because like I got to play like 5 minutes of the Metroidvania part, but it was cool because I got a good glimpse of it. Felt really good. It was really nice looking. But yeah, at the beginning there's this shoot 'em up section, which is really fun. Which you have like magnets and you can like pull like things out of the sky and then like sling them around you like a sling and throw them at things. It's amazing. There's this part where there's a huge ship and it has like 4 different like gun modules on it that are shooting at you. And like I have no idea how to kill it because it's like invulnerable or
invincible.
Invincible, yeah. And so I was like, well, I guess I'll try to like pull it. And I did the magnet thing and it pulled off one of the gun mods and then you sling that around and you killed it with itself, like the robot off of The Incredibles.
I was going to say, there's no better way to disrespect an enemy than killing it with itself.
Mm-hmm. So, but then we got in, and then it has this really fun challenge, really challenging. It's like it has platforming segments with like autosave points, like where you get to them. And like I missed one, and I had to go all the way back to the beginning. And it was funny because then I ran past and I was like, oh, I just got to go over there and, touch this and it saves it. So, but yeah, a game this was our surprise, I would say surprise of PAX 2019, right? PAX South?
Yeah, because it was not on our radar at all, and now it is.
Yeah, and Moise is a really, really nice guy. And so, yeah, I can't wait for this game to come out.
Heck yeah, man. And I believe he said that this should be coming out later this year as well. So, and I believe we might try and get him on the show around launch time to get more in depth. But yeah, so as far as we wrapped up with A.N.N.E, and then it was time for the old Smash panel.
That's right.
And I gotta say, I can't imagine it going too much better. You know what I mean? Like it was
awesome.
The venue or the room we were in held, I believe it capped out at 600, or it might have just been a few over 600.
Yeah.
And we had just north of 550. So it was pretty cool to get like a full room packed out.
It was insane because our PAX East. See what's crazy about that is our PAX East panels, I think, capped out at 300.
Yeah, which is funny because when I looked at the room initially, I was like, oh, okay, it's a little smaller. But I think it was just the layout. Like, PAX East was more like a rectangle where
vertical.
We were like the stage was horizontal, on the shorter side, where this was more like the stage was on the longer side. But I guess it fit more chairs that way, and a slightly bigger theater. In the Cactus Theater.
And the Cactus Theater.
But yeah, it was great. We got a little bit of a late start just because there were so many people were handing out tickets.
I know, that's the thing. It's like we got like a 10-minute late start.
Yeah,
it's kind of scary.
Yeah, and it worked out all right because we ended up
fab.
What's up?
It worked out fab.
Yeah. So essentially, the layout or the design of the panel was we had 8-player Smash going, and we called 8 random people tickets up, and they would come compete against one another and tried to win one of our lovely prizes, which we had a bunch of physical games and some eShop gift cards. And while they were playing, we sort of start out with history, and then like that game ended. Then it'd be like, all right, now let's talk about Smash for 64 while they play. Then they, as they wrap that game up, then we moved on to Melee. Then we moved on to Brawl. So it was pretty much,
it was awesome.
It was nice pacing, I think, because you got to hear us yap a little bit, but you also had the entertainment of 8-player Smash going on. And Perry, with his brilliant mind, decided to start a random chant, and it was bizarre to have 550 people just chanting random. And
it was amazing. Because I was just saying it, I wasn't expecting a chant. I was just saying it to myself, like random. And then everyone joined in. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm speaking into a mic.
Yeah. I control the crowd.
It was an amazing feeling. And then, and this one.
Everyone, the first random chant. It yielded 7 randoms and 1 Mario, and boy, did that Mario hear
it was hilarious because everyone, it was like, because they all picked their characters right, but then we started saying random, and so before they agreed to keep going, so then people started one by one picking random. The
crowd going bananas.
And it kept going, and then it got to the end, and it was like you're waiting for Mario, or no. He was waiting to pick, and he picked Mario. He didn't pick random.
Oh,
he
the booze, the booze,
boo! It was amazing.
The boo birds
so they started.
Came out.
He did the match, and
he didn't win.
He didn't win.
Good riddance. No, but yeah,
I'm not saying that you guys should all gang up on him or anything. We're not saying that. Which we didn't say that. I did say to the guy, I was like, "You did this to yourself."
I might have said that. I might have said, I'm not telling you to boo him, but...
Oh, maybe you did, yeah. So
but pretty
funny.
much you should probably boo this guy
but,
right out of
the
here.
Craziest thing,
leave your badge at the door.
It's so funny because these people, I just felt so underqualified to be doing a Smash panel.
Oh, yeah, there were a couple people in the crowd that were definitely... Smash is their game,
Oh, man. Oh yeah, so it went so, and then we went to the end, and we found out that most everyone loves Ultimate, which I like. Almost everyone, that was their favorite game.
Honestly, yeah,
in the Smash series, that's really surprised me.
There were a lot less Melee faves than I would have anticipated. Because to me, looking at the whole spectrum of the game, I guess my money would be Ultimate. It is the hot freshness, and like I said, I think it really strikes a great balance between giving the players that want to play competitively a really good game. You know what I mean? It's fast paced still. It's fun. You could get in there and play. There's a huge roster, but it also still has that. Of course, it's Smash at the end of the day. So it still has that zaniness and this could be a crazy party game with tons of items and on weird stages.
Right.
Where Brawl, I felt ended up it slowed it down too much where it neglected that competitive scene. I think Wii U was a good balance too, but I feel like Ultimate skews a little faster. And a little bit more where it works for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
But glad to see everyone having a good old time there, and PAX really was a blast.
Yeah, I think they had a really good time. Yeah.
Like I said,
PAX was amazing.
It's funny to think back, it's only a couple days removed, and it's just wow. It really was so much fun. It was, at PAX East, around the convention center, is there are restaurants, but they're pretty expensive, and, if you want to go anywhere else, you're probably an Uber drive away, especially since PAX East is usually in March-ish, and it's cold. This, perfect. Obviously it was in January, but it was down in Texas. There was a couple chilly mornings, but nothing that a hoodie couldn't take care of.
Exactly.
And everything was so close. You could step out of the convention center and you're by restaurants, you're by fast food restaurants. So if you wanted a quick, cheap, easy bite, you know what I mean? That was on the table. The scooters,
But obviously, yeah, the best part.
Yeah, the
I mean,
scoots.
I think what made it was the scooters.
Yeah, being able to jump on a scooter, zip around back to the hotel for $1.85, and then, being able to zoom back if you need to.
So much fun.
Everything was just so easily
super
accessible.
fast and efficient and cheap. It's super entertaining and fun.
Yeah, it makes traveling fun.
It does.
That should be the slogan.
It was so funny. It's like not only is it like a really efficient and cool and easy way of going places, especially at night. That was so much fun. Because I thought it might be scary because it's dark, but there's
those little
no
lights
traffic.
do a good job too. Though.
That's what's so crazy. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Also, if you're ever in San Antonio, don't get a bird scooter. Get the limes. The limes are infinitely better.
Because like the birds, they make you charge $10 up front.
Yeah, that you prepay.
Which is weird.
Yeah. Dumb.
And then you have to scan your license.
And
you can't ride them.
They don't even work at night. Yeah, what a bunch of giblets.
Yeah, no, limes are the best. In fact, I never even rode anything else. I always stuck out for a lime.
You're a lineman.
I'm a lineman.
He's a very limey man.
Thank you.
No problem.
But yeah, PAX South was amazing. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun hanging out with Jules, hanging out with Fabraz, and just hanging out with you big gym bot.
Yes, sir. Yeah, really, it was just a blast. I mean, all around good weekend. Like you said, next year we're gonna go to PAX South or PAX East, And it's like, probably. I mean, honestly,
South.
Like I guess, like at the end of the day, East has like more games, or you know what I mean, and more people there. But at the same token, man, South was great.
Yeah. I hope that Nintendo comes to South next year.
Yeah, maybe. I just feel like, I don't know. I mean, if they were there, they could have brought like.
I mean, there's a lot of people there. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there is still a ton of people. I mean, during the game, I mean, you wouldn't notice a huge difference between East and South. Like, if you're on the floor in the middle of it, it's not that much different. The only thing is, like, there's just not as many booths, but they're still like together. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
It's still dense. You know what I mean?
It's still dense, yeah.
But you can walk around a little bit easier.
You can still catch the PAX pox.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you've got a weak immune system.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for our PAX South roundup.
Yes, sir.
But that's not it.
That ain't it, boys.
Anything else, though? Because you've been playing a fun game that I've wanted to play. Did you get this on your North American account?
Yes, I believe I did. So you could play
just download it
right
now.
Yes, so this game is Pikuniku. And I must say, this is the strangest little game ever, but it's super duper charming.
It reminds me of that really Freaky Forms. Remember Freaky Forms?
Yeah, I never played Freaky Forms.
I played like one version of it, and it was so weird. And that was it. Every time I log into the eShop with your account, which I haven't done for like months, I just think about buying stuff, and then like, April Fools!
Gotcha! Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Why is $1,000 coming out of my account for all these cruddy games?
Gotcha.
You're like,
blackout.
You know how we used to do the eShop roundup by just talking about the games? Now you'll buy them all.
Now I just buy them.
On your account.
Anyway. That's so funny.
Yeah, so...
All right, so talk about Pikuniku.
So, Pikuniku is a weird little platformer. Essentially, you are just like a little round ball with legs, and you walk around this town, and at first, like, the people are afraid of you, calling you the Beast, like, oh my god, you're the Beast. And, like, these other characters, they're a little more fleshed out, I guess, as far as their design, but essentially they're just random shapes too, like, the game is very simplistic graphically. And you get there, and you learn Mr. Sunshine wants to give away free money to everybody. Free money, woo!
Excellent.
But he's a lying, dirty dog. Because he says free money, and he's going to just come pick up junk from your town, and he'll give you money for it. But it turns out, like, the junk is, like, all the important things you need, like food and, like, the trees and stuff. Like, they're harvesting the trees. And there is money randomly around, but this Mr. Sunshine, he ain't such a sunny guy, you know? And so essentially you're going through it, and it's very simple. It's just like explore the town. And, you know, I was watching Jordan's video review over on Nintendo World Report TV on YouTube, and he was saying you could blow through the game relatively quick if you just are sort of critical pathing it, but what is the enjoyable part, and what I've been doing is sort of exploring and talking to the random townspeople and doing like sort of mini quests for things. Now, the platforming itself is weird because like you jump and you twirl around like a circle, and your sort of legs flail out, and you can kick.
It just looks really funny.
Yeah, and it's not like super tight platforming, you know, but like it works well within like what the game is, like this weird wonky little game, you know, with like these platformer. And you're going through, and you know, in the beginning, like it's pretty like you're going through town. And you're like, oh, what's this? You go in this guy's house, and he's the inventor of bass kick, or a bass kick, I guess would be the proper name, I should say. And it's essentially like basketball, but you got to kick the ball through the hoop. And he's like, yeah, I invented it. It's become pretty popular over the last couple weeks, you know. I'm the champion. I've never lost. So like you play him and you beat him, and then you get like a little reward trophy, you know. But as
is it like an adventure game?
I mean, the map itself, at least what I've explored, isn't huge. I don't think it's very big overall, but you're just sort of going around, and like I said, I guess there is the critical path, because I've gotten to the point where I'm in this next little foresty area, and I've met this rebellion group, and they're like, oh yeah, like you want to be part of us, like because you help them out because they're stuck, right? So you know you help them get down from the top of the tree or whatever, and they're like, oh, like, yeah, come over to the club, you know, and we'll talk. So you go into the town, but you can't get into the club yet because you're not cool enough. You need to look good. So what do? You got to buy a pair of glasses. You buy a pair of shades, and now you're cool enough to get in the club. And they're like, hey, we don't know if we could trust you yet, though. So why don't you go dance, you know, beat that robot, you know, one of Mr. Sunshine's robot. He's undefeated dance champion, you know. So you go and you do like a little rhythm game, and you beat him, and then, you know, they're like, oh, you could join our group now. And I guess like that's pretty much the point that I'm up to. And I'm assuming from there on, you're sort of going to like work with these guys, or vaguely to overturn and be the rebellion to, you know, shut down Mr. Sunshine. So it's just really...
How could you...
What's up?
Shut down Mr. Sunshine. Is there Mr. Blue Sky?
Not that I have met yet. But maybe there's Mr. Moon, and you just live in nighttime. But I don't know. But yeah, it's just like... there's something so strange and charming about it, because, like I said, it's just a really weird game. It's just... The writing's funny, and like interacting with the characters is interesting. You know, looking at the game, like I said, it's not gonna like knock your socks off visually. You know, gameplay itself, like the platforming isn't, oh my god, like this is so much fun, this platforming. Although you do get to a point where there are like rings that you can sort of attach to and swing around, which feels really nice. But
oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very weird little game, and if you're sort of into that strange and charming world, like this is totally a strange and charming world. And like I said, it's not a super long game, so you can sort of get through it relatively quickly. And I mean,
the box quote.
Yeah, it's not a long game.
If you're into a strange and charming world, this is a strange and charming world.
Casey Gibson. Cassie Gibbons. But but yeah, like I said, it's weird because it is so weird, but I don't know, I like it. And I definitely, you should definitely download it and check it out, because I would love to hear what your thoughts are on it.
Oh, I'm downloading it right now.
Perfect. All right.
Isn't that fun? I also just realized, is there a Nintendo Weird report?
I don't think so. There could be.
Because there probably should.
All right.
That'd be a good name for a podcast.
New podcast.
I guess there's Nintendo News Report, but Nintendo Weird Report.
And we just report on weird things?
Yeah. We could have that be a segment on a new news section.
Are you trying to get rid of the old case block?
No. I don't need to try to get rid of anything. I have the power.
I've got the power.
As the editor.
Bum, 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 bum.
But yeah, that game looks cool. I'm gonna be playing it sometime. I finally filled up my wall of games. Wait, and now
You're
I
complete.
need to make a new wall. Yeah, I have 7 rows of 8. That's 56, right? 56 physical games.
What a loser.
But I got the Traffic Strikes again, so I'm gonna jump into that because that game looks wacky. Plus, I've never played the other ones, which is really funny.
Amen.
I need to play the other ones, but yeah. Anyway, we can take a break, right? And come back with the largest eShop roundup of all time.
I hope we come back. You're going to be like, where's Casey? He quit. 65 games was too many games.
Yep. I get it.
No, I'll be back.
All right, all right, good. Let's take a break then.
Boom. Alrighty, we are back for this record-setting eShop roundup. How many games we have, Perry?
Not in the 30s, not in the 40s, not in the 50s, not in the 60s.
Is it in the 80s?
Not in the 80s.
Whew. At least there's that.
Good optimism case for we're in the 70s. We have 72 titles to go through because we missed a week and we knew this is what would happen. So we're going to start with...
This is the reason why we don't skip any weeks. It's
That's
not
right.
because we don't need a break. It's because we can't miss the eShop roundup. I think the format of this eShop, real quick, is going to go game, price, one sentence, and then
I'm going to start with the first one.
Yeah, and then we're going to alternate.
All right. A Cheaty bundle or something like that. It's for $15.99. This is 2 games in one. 2 successful award-winning games, which I think they're both platformers.
Next up, we got Hopiko. Hopiko?
Hopiko.
Hopiko. $9.99 is an intense speedrun platformer where you get to save gaming. Alrighty, looks cool.
Next up, we have Overdriven Reloaded Special Edition for $7.99. And this is a really crazy shoot-'em-up looking game. Neon looks insane. Fast and fun. And co-op.
Ethan Meteor Hunter for $9.99. This looks like a platformer. Pretty cool visuals. And it looks like you might be a little like Mouse Critter. So there's that.
Well, next up, we have Guns of Mercy Rangers Edition for $11.99. This game looks really cool. It's very weird looking and
looks
neon-y
arcadey
again. Arcadey and yeah, it looks like it's co-op. It's 4-player co-op. Shoot 'em up thing. What do we have next?
Next up, we got Nico Navy Daydream Edition, $12.99 on sale for $11.69. Shoot, evade, and detonate bombs, baby. Yeah, it looks like a shoot 'em up with a weird art style.
Like in pixely or no?
Flashy.
Flashy. Gotcha. Well, this next game looks really cute. It's Grab Lab for $4.99.
You would like that, you pervert.
It's a puzzle and arcade game. Looks really super cute. If you're like a fan of like Mario, like the Mario's minis games, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, looks kind of like that. Anyway,
next up,
looks cool.
We've got Inside My Radio for $9.99. It is a rhythmic platform adventure, and it looks like, at least some of the screens we're seeing, like you're in sort of a club environment, or at least like there's that kind of lighting, you know? Yeah. Boom.
Well, this next game looks insane. Samsara Deluxe Edition for $9.99.
Look at those water reflections.
There's like different dimensions, but it's like a side-scrolling game, like a puzzle game. And like there's crazy things happening. Yeah, there's like always a reflection in the different dimensions in the water. So, look interesting.
Big Crown Showdown for $12.99. That's me, baby. Now this looks like
that's
I don't
Randy.
know what this looks like. This is I guess a party game of some sort here. Friends become foes as you compete for the crown. Local and online multiplayer fun. Cool.
This next game is the best name ever. It's Sudoku, but it's called Number Place 10,000.
10,000.
And it's $5.89, and that's not even on a discount.
Jimmy Price. Jimmy
Price,
Jimmy.
Yep. It's Sudoku. So
Well,
there you go. Looks like it's touchscreen, but I don't know if it is.
I had no worries that this would be a week, but we've got Neo Geo Kaizuna Encounter for $7.99. See some serious battle action in this hybrid fighting game. A fighting game, you say? Shocker.
Next up, we have Apocalypsis Wormwood Edition for $9.99.
This game looks visually incredible.
Yeah, it looks like a cool storybook, which means it's probably an adventure game. Looks very, very neat though, like hand drawn, like pencil drawn. Looks cool.
Next up, we've got Combat Core for $19.99. High-powered arena fighter. There you have it.
At first, you said Combat Carl.
Combat Carl. That'd be
Combat
awesome.
Carl.
Old
Toy Story.
Carl.
Well, man, this next game, Ellie, looks really neat. It looks like a 3D platformer. It's Ellie, $19.99. You got to reclaim the stolen crystals of time before her birthday is over, of course. But looks cool.
Next
puzzle platformer.
Next up, we have the game of the year.
Oh,
Front Runner for 2019. Clock Simulator for $3.99. One of the most original game concepts is now available on the Nintendo Switch.
It actually looks really cool.
Yep, a minimalistic rhythm game. Yeah, it actually, the logo itself is a little like, okay, but yeah, when you actually look at the gameplay, it looks like that could actually be pretty fun.
There's also a thing called Last Pig Standing and Clock Fight as modes. Looks cool. Next up, though, doesn't look as cool as Marble Power Blast for $2.99.
Well, I was gonna say they saw Clock Simulator's text and they said, "Hold my beer, we can one up this."
Yep. This is one of those marble where you match three games.
What's that, Bejeweled or whatever? Isn't there, like essentially
not Bejeweled.
It's a totally
Sparkle or something like that.
Yeah, I'm forgetting
something
exactly.
Like that.
Yeah.
I think 10 Tons does some games like that or something.
They done some games like that.
Yep.
Next up, we got Bury Me, My Love, for $4.99. A touching story of a refugee's journey. This looks like it is a very...
You don't even have to explain it. Just look at a review that's posted on NintendoWorldReport.com.
Boom.
Next up, we have Voxel Sword, which looks like a really cute voxely game, of course. You can play with up to 4 players locally in a certain, like a first-person or third-person like battle mode. Looks fun. Looks great.
And it looks like there's some racing involved as well.
$6.30 because it was $7 even. Jimmy Price.
Jimmy. Next up, we've got Double Cross. $19.99. It is currently on sale for $14.99. Explore alternate dimensions, fight interdimensional criminals, and solve crimes in this thrilling action platformer.
We've heard a lot about this game. It looks pretty good. It says it's from Graffiti Games, but I thought it was from 13 AM. Anyway, that's
I thought so too.
Anyway, next up we have Block Quest Maker. And this is a create game. Create and play instant death dungeon RPG. Sounds cool, right? You can make
buy
these
it
little... It looks awesome. Looks like you can make little like Zelda-like places. It looks cool. Yeah.
You miss 1080 snowboarding? Well, watch out because snowboarding the next phase is $9.99 on the eShop. Looks like
yeah, I've seen some gameplay from the Bivs posting this on Twitter, and it looks really nice. Apparently, it's really simple though, like it's almost too simple.
I guess honestly, 1080, the original one for N64, is pretty simple too, though.
Now I know you already saw the marble shooting game, but we're up for some bubble shooting.
It's Snood.
Bubble Shooter DX. There you go. Snood.
There you go.
It's that for $2.99.
Next up, we've got Knock 'em Down Bowling for $14.99.
Knock 'em down.
Put 'em
You
up,
ever go
knock
bowling?
'em down. Yes, I've gone bowling.
Do you ever go?
I haven't gone in a long time. It's not like my
bowling.
favorite thing of all time, but I do enjoy going bowling from time to time.
Yeah, cool. Well, next up we have Everything for $14.99.
And that's the end of the eShop Roundup.
Yep. Very weird game that the Nash talked about. It's just really weird in concept. Many awards it has won apparently on the on its front page there. So anyway, $14.99 looks really weird. Next up though, what do we got?
Momodera, Reviri Under the Moonlight.
Sure, and you can see this just posted on our site, the review. So check that out.
Yep, $14.99. It is an action platformer. So in
Next
a somber environment.
We have Sega Ages Outrun.
Whew, at least it wasn't Sonic.
I know this game. I've never played Outrun. I've always heard so many good things about it. I probably had this on my Genesis collection. Probably I need to play that.
You've got a Genesis collection
on Switch. Yeah.
Next up, we've got Cave Blazers for $14.99. A challenging and brutal adventure with endless replayability.
Ooh, this game looks cool.
Nice little roguelite action.
Yeah.
Very.
It reminds me a ton of that one game that I reviewed that I can't remember the name of.
League of Evil or whatever?
No. The really, really hard platformer that Nicholas published physically that I can't remember what it's called. Anyway.
You'll remember later on.
Yep. Next up, though, we have a free download, which is Light Seekers, which is a award-winning trading card game. That's probably all I need to say.
Fragment of Marine for $4.99. Keeping on with these very simplistic titles. Or not titles, logos. It's just like the text in Word. But anyway, this is an action game that can be enjoyed by both casual and experienced players.
Well, that's good, because Stellar Interface, a new game that's $12.99, is a shoot 'em up, I believe, as it looks like it.
Yep.
You can explore randomly generated galaxies to find merchants and unlock spacecrafts and whatnot. So,
I've played a little bit of this game. I need to play some more. Early impressions.
Oh yeah, this is the game you're talking about.
Yeah, early impressions are that it just seems like your ship doesn't get powerful enough, quick enough, so it's just sort of like trudging through levels.
We'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. Moving along though, we've got
Hive Jump.
I've heard a bunch about this game, but I don't know too much about it.
I believe Don Koopman did a review.
For
the site.
Give him the Coop.
Yeah, I think he's pretty kind of good on it, mediocre a little bit. Check out the review. Donnie.
Next, yeah, Don and Donnie. Look at that.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Tales of Vesperia, Definitive Edition for $49.99. Celebrate the 10th anniversary, baby. It's a Tales game. RPG,
very
action
anime-ish.
RPG. Boom, boom.
Donald wrote the review. Check it out. This next game is gonna probably be in my top 10 games of the year. That's New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. We played this a bunch. It was so much fun. I love this game.
Yeah, and it was a blast to get to play it with you and Jules and Jill and having a good old time.
It really was. It was awesome. Collecting all the coins and stuff. Hey, look at this.
Yep, next up we've got Aces of Luftwaffe Squadron Extended Edition for $24.99. This is the base game plus a nice big old DLC chunk. The DLC alone is $14.99, so this is a good deal if you're looking to get in. Very fun game. I really liked that game a lot.
Next up, we have a charming little game called Forever Forest. It's a unique blend of exploration, survival, action, and role-playing. And it's this cute little over-the-top like 3D adventure game. Looks cool. Looks really cute. You play this cute little jackalope type thing.
Anyway, don't call me a jackalope.
I didn't, you big giblet head.
Next up, we've got Onimusha Warlords for $19.99. This is a re-release of a Capcom classic. I've never played Onimusha.
It looks great.
I know
it looks like Capcom.
Yeah, I know it's got a very I don't want to say popular, a very strong fan base, Might not be huge, but people like it. Next up here, though, what do we got? Yeah,
we're going to go to Bash the Bear.
All right. We can do that.
$4.99. Bash the Bear with some pretty cute little characters there. Punish that lazy bear. Hedgehog commandos at the defense of the forest. This looks like a mobile port, but it has a cute little art on it. So
there you go. Next up, we've got Planet Planet Rix 13 for $4.99. This is a classic 2D adventure with pixel art graphics and a take on an uncharted planet. The nice big pixels for the characters.
Yep, it kind of reminds me of like of that game that came out and the sequel came out on the Switch. It's the adventure game that I can't remember the name of again, but it's anyway.
You remember? Did the PAX plague make you forget?
It definitely did, but I can't ever forget about this next game called Mecha Wars Desert Ashes for $9.99. Classic reborn, casual turn-based strategy in a land of fantastical creatures and deadly machines. Now, that logo they have is so terrible.
Oh, you can't read it at all.
You can't even read it.
Even when you blow it up big, it's like
it's so
you
bad.
Can't really see what's going on.
But this game looks like a Fire Emblem-like game, so it's cool. But
next up, this game right up Perry's alley, My Exotic Farm 2018, releasing in 2019. $9.99.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I guess you build up your farm. There you go.
Lots of ostriches. All right. Next time, this is what Casey gets every night.
Oh, I sure do.
That's the Bedtime Blues.
Oh.
And tell us about this game, Casey, because mine's not loading.
$9.99. It's down to $8.99. Now this, they say that a child's imagination is pure and innocent. But what if I said imagination becomes a nightmare until the pixelate world of young, troubled mind and survive the night?
It has a cool art style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little horror type.
Well, at first I didn't know why they said pixely, because like looking at the screens, it doesn't look that. But then when you blow it up, you say, "Oh, okay, it's very pixelated." But that's sort of cool because maybe you're a real tiny little baby and you just can't see right.
Well, speaking of bowling, we have Crazy Strike Bowling EX.
EX.
Actually, this game looks pretty cool. It's like anime bowling. A bunch of crazy anime characters. It's $9.99, and I guess that's what it is.
All right, next up we've got The Office Quest, $11.99 down to $10.19. Perry, not all heroes wear capes. Some prefer fluffy onesies. All
Like
right,
Niles?
what is adventure puzzle game? Sort of like a, not black and white, but just it's got some like dark, or not dark yellows, but like that. I don't know what very monotone colors.
Gotcha.
Looks interesting.
Well, what if I told you that there is another Neo Geo fighting game that released this week?
Then I'd say, well, at least one released 2 weeks ago and one released this week.
Exactly. And that's Ninja Masters. Wait, what?
Oh my god, there's still so many games.
Why is it Ninja Masters with... It's like an apostrophe S.
It's like Ninja Master.
Like it's his game. Like Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
There you go. He doesn't mess around, man.
All right. That's
Next up,
of
we've
course.
got Holy Potatoes. We're in space for $14.99. This
From
looks...
our friends over at Rising Star Games.
Is it? Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
I believe there was another
looks
Holy
like
Potatoes game.
Looks like
right?
a little simulation going on, right?
Yeah, looks crazy, wacky, cartoony. Next up, though, we have Build a Bridge.
Build that bridge!
I love how that's a genre of game. Bridge building.
Yeah.
That's a genre.
I mean,
this is $14.99.
There are goat simulators and all
game
that.
Game looks awesome, actually. It looks like a lot of fun.
Next up, though...
Might need to check a review on that one.
Octahedron, I think. Transfixed Edition for $12.99. Surf, Ascend, and Escape. Looks very Tron-y, you know what I mean? Like very neon colors and looks pretty cool. Platformer music.
Looks like you're playing in a party. Yeah. Looks cool. It's a platformer puzzle game.
You know what?
Next
Also
up,
can
though,
do at a party, Perry.
Spot the difference?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Because it's Spot the Differences Party for $4.99. I love that. Hey guys, let's come over and let's spot the differences.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom.
But there's two pictures. You look at the difference and you point on them. It's amazing.
Mega Mall Story for $12 even, you big Jimmy Jim. Design a towering mega mall in this mall management sim. Moving right along.
Next up, we have the Shrouded Isle. We interviewed the director of this game, or the writer of this game, one of those. She was very nice.
she was
we should
the
have her on the
writer on this
podcast. I think she said she'd come on, actually.
She said
podcast
only if
sometime.
Perry wasn't around, she would come on.
And I said, okay.
And I said, don't worry, I'm getting rid of him. But you weren't around for that part.
But check out our interview on that on
And
WRTV.
I'm pretty sure Neil's got a review up there as well.
Well,
Moving
bibbidi-skibbidi.
right along, we've got Left Right, The Mansion, a unique hand-drawn memory game for $3.99.
Oh, like you got to pick left, right. And then
And you got to use your
get ya.
memories.
I like it. Next up, we have the Dying Reborn Nintendo Switch Edition, the ultimate 3D room escape experience.
That could be pretty cool.
Yeah. It looks there's humanoids with fish heads and blood.
I hate fish.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got Rampage Knights. $11.99 down to $9.59. Rampage Knights is a cooperative beat 'em up
Rampage
with mixed up randomized dungeon crawling exploration. Boom.
Cool. Next up, we have Football Heroes Turbo, which is a little arcadey looking football game. Looks pretty flashy. And that's that.
Next up, we've got
$14.99.
Feudal Alloy for $16.99.
I've seen this game.
This is an epic an epic action adventure game featuring fish-controlled medieval robots.
Yeah, I saw this game, like a trailer for it when it came out.
I like the visuals. Looks pretty cool.
I mean, when it was announced. Yeah, it looks cool. Totally. Next up, though, we have Fairy Fencer F. Advent Dark Force, which I believe we have it's an anime game. It's $31.99 right now, 20% off. We have a review of it up on the website, or we will.
Yeah, it looks like a action RPG game, perhaps.
Yep.
Boom. Next up, we've got Y2K, which I called Yick for way too long.
Or Yeek, yeah.
A post-modern RPG, $19.99. This is a surreal Japanese-style RPG set in the 1990s, I believe, leading up to the old Y2K. Neil's got a review up on the site because he's got a baby and he's still pumping out mad reviews.
And one of these guys that made the game was on our Super Nintendo panel.
Yes, and he
fun.
was very cool.
Great. Next up, though, we have Dragon's Lair Trilogy.
The
for
trilogy.
$19.99. I've heard so many people are freaking out about this. I don't know. Apparently, these are arcade classics.
Apparently,
they look very cartoony and cool, I guess. And they're coming out. This is coming out physically.
fancy schmancy.
Via
That means
limited run or
Perry's
something.
gonna have it on his shelf.
You got that right.
Yep, because he's a Jimmy. Next up, we got Gunman Clive HD
Because I
Collect.
like to buy games.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah, what a moron.
Gunman Clive 2. I've played the first one on 3DS. It's pretty fun.
$3.99
too.
Yeah, they're short little bite-sized games, but they're really fun.
Very cool looking too.
Free download
Next up,
alert.
though, might as well skip it. Get Amped Mobile.
There you go. Moving along.
All right, yeah. It
Travis
didn't even load.
Strikes Again. No More Heroes has arrived.
You see how much it costs?
Holy Jim Brony. Why is it so much money?
$39.97.
This
This
is-
is the digital bundle.
This is the bundle. Dang, I still didn't think it was a $30 game. Yeah, so this is
Yeah, I
Travis
got it
Strikes.
physically.
No More Heroes. Yeah, I mean at that price you might as well get the physical. But and this comes with some DLC, and of course, it's No More
You
Heroes,
kept
but
calling it
not
Travis
really.
Strikes Back.
Oh, Strikes Again. Yeah, it's a potato.
No, you didn't say it this time. I just meant
Oh, I was like, "Bull."
at PAX. You're like, yeah, anyway, it's funny. Next up, we have Mars or Die, $19.99. Yeah, this game looks cool. It's like
glorious
a Pikmin-like
mix
game.
between roguelite and tower defense. No
Yeah.
capitalization, no punctuation. Just that sentence is the tagline.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
You lazy Jims.
I love how it says glorious, glorious mix between roguelite and tower defense.
Yawn.
That's what it looks like.
Next up, we got
Anyway.
Cinderella, an interactive fairy tale for $5.99. A
like
traditional
it's right up
story
your
is
alley,
rewritten
Case.
for a modern audience.
Cute. All right, next up. We got to be getting to the end. Oh, my goodness.
12
there's still
more.
So much more. We could skip over some. Okay, Old School Racer 2 for $7.99. 60 very addictive
retro
levels. It's like a side-scrolling. Yep, it's like a side-scrolling racing thing. So
next
like
up,
Trials.
we've got Fight of Gods for $12.99. Fight with the divine power. Looks like a good old-fashioned 2D fighter where you can play as Santa Claus.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Fantasy Strike, which
didn't we talk about that the first night on?
Maybe we did. I don't know.
Yeah, because Neil was there, right? Wasn't Fantasy Strike was the first night? I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha. Right.
Idiot.
Duh.
What are you, dumb?
Utopia 9, A Volatile Vacation.
Utope?
It's 40% off for $5.99 right now. This is a neon looking top-down shooter. Looks wacky. Looks cool.
Next up, I Hug You for $3.99. This here. Ihugu. A unique game about hugging that challenges both memory and reflexes alike.
This game looks awesome.
Ihugu.
What
are you playing there, Perry?
Ihugu.
Oh, that's cool, because I'm playing Ooh Ascension.
I saw that when I was looking at your downloads at the very bottom. That's what was the last one there.
Oh, that's so funny.
For re-downloads. Color Zen Kids for $3.99. A kid-friendly version of the critically acclaimed puzzle game.
There you go. Next up, we've got...
Looks cute.
The Raven Remastered for $29.99.
Quoth the Raven.
This is a nice little adventure game, as you can imagine.
Nordic Games. Looks pretty cute and neat. And the graphics look great on it. Yeah. And of course, it has to if it's in 1964 London. So.
It better be.
Next up, we have the game that Neil Ronahan can't stop talking about, and that's Future Grind from Milk Bag Games for $19.99. And this is like it's a stunts. It's a
little racing game.
The future's most challenging stunt sport. It's not racing, I don't think. Oh, maybe it's Stunt Racer.
Maybe a little combo, but yeah, Stunt Racer, perfect. Because there's probably really some that are more relying on racing, speed, and then some on tricks.
Yeah,
is what I'd guess. But anyway, I digress. Moving on, we've got At Sundown, Shots in the Dark for $19.99. This is a stealth-driven top-down multiplayer shooter in which 4 players compete in both online and local death matches.
Oh. Cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, it definitely does look pretty cool.
Looks like a 10-ton Z.
Yep, for sure Z.
Cool.
Then we've got the trio of games that dropped today.
Maybe we could just not talk about them right now, and we'll just talk about them in our next segment.
Boom, I love it. I love it, Perry.
Thank you.
That was just about
pretty fast.
A half hour of straight eShop talk, and that's about 30 seconds per game, 2 games per minute.
Pretty good.
Well, really more than 2 games per minute, but...
Yep.
Pretty good.
Not bad. So let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we're just going to talk about the indie.
It's the indie highlights reel. Alrighty. I want to say thank you for sticking around after that enormous eShop roundup.
Mm-hmm.
We won't let that happen again. Slip the wayside.
No, we won't. We should have just done it at PAX. That's okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Tired.
We were tired and we were hungry and we had to get some food.
Yeah, we did.
But anyway, moving along.
At Big Bibs.
Yep, the old Bibs.
If you're ever in San Antonio, go to Big Bibs for barbecue.
Oh, so good.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Now, what's... beautiful is we're actually recording this on a Wednesday night, which we normally do it on Tuesday because Perry was sick as a dog last night. But we were treated because we had a little indie highlights reel from the Nintendo UK YouTube.
And I guess that's probably why they didn't use that Nindy moniker, right? Because that's kind of an NOA thing.
Yeah, I was surprised it just said indie highlights.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're moving away from Nindy, you know? I don't know. Doesn't
those
really make a
dogs.
difference.
But yeah, so it was a 15-minute presentation this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It might have literally, I don't know if it was live streamed or if it was dropped at a video. I didn't get to check it out till later because of work. But it kicks off with Wargrove.
No, it kicks off with a very excited British female narrator. I don't know if you listened to it. But
I did. But
yeah.
I don't care about her. I care about the video games, dang it.
You care about Chucklefish and their newest game.
Yes, Wargrove, coming out February 1st.
Groove, right?
Groove, yep.
Yeah.
And
it makes sense. Grove makes sense too.
So they have like a quite a robust little game here. So it's got a full story. It's got online and local multiplayer. It's got that sweet customability. And it's not only that you get to create scenarios, you get to create cutscenes and branching campaigns as well.
That's awesome.
So I'm interested to see, especially with the cutscenes, how that's going to work.
Yeah.
Now, what's cool is day one crossplay with PC, Xbox, and Switch.
That's awesome.
Boom.
Yeah, this is just Advance Wars, which is I'm so excited for.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet giblets. I feel like this is a game we saw, you know, and it was like, okay, this game's got to come out soon, and I wonder if the huge response to it, the huge positive response was sort of something where they're like, let's actually sort of recalibrate, and maybe we can make this a little bit bigger, you know, scope game because, you know, it's got all of that crazy, you know, creation, and I know that's going to be right up your alley.
Oh, man. Yeah, totally. I can't wait to play this. This would be a great physical game, too.
You love them physical. You love touching those cartridges.
Yep. Do you not like physical games?
I hate them.
I knew it. Well, next up we had Double Kick Heroes, which I hadn't really heard about.
No, I did not either, but this game looks pretty cool.
Yeah, in a corrupt world on the verge of destruction. And it's like a bunch of zombies running everywhere. Only one thing will save humanity. And apparently it is metal. And it's just this car with a metal band on there.
Yeah, so it's a shoot 'em up rhythm game.
You know, because it's a double kick on the bass drum.
Yeah.
Are you shooting KKK members?
I don't know. I guess
that?
I guess I didn't watch the video that hard. At least at the enemies.
Anyway.
But yeah, so it's like a rhythm game. And I guess as you do well in the rhythm game, you get, I don't know if it's more power-ups or just get to unleash more bullets from your car as enemies are trying to get to you. So looks like a really clever idea of, you know, mixing up two different genres into one.
Totally. And apparently it has Joy-Con motion control, and it's coming to Switch first.
2019 in the summer. It's on my radar, baby. It's on my radar.
Nice. Well, next up, we had a funny little game that's out now, and that's When Ski Lifts Go Wrong, right? Is that what you have next on your...
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This game, again, it's kind of like another bridge. It
looks like Poly Bridge.
Yeah. This is from Curve Digital, which we haven't seen them for a long time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute. They've been hard at work with When Ski Lifts Go Wrong. Touchscreen, different puzzles going on, and that, like Perry said, that is out right now.
Looks fun.
Yeah. Now, you know, I just don't think I'm that into the bridge making games, but if you are into it, it looks like a clever little take on it.
I think you're kind of put off a little bit by
Poly Bridge stinking on ice.
Yeah. But this game looks really cute. It's not just skis too. You're snowboarding, you're biking,
mobiling.
Yeah. It looks really cute. I like it. The next up we had Forager.
And this game looks sweet.
Yeah. So tell us about this game.
You want me to tell you about this game? Well, let me tell you about this game. It is a top-down game, right? And it looks like it's sort of like you're going to go out and you're going to be attacking enemies and stuff, but then you're going to come back to town and you're going to sort of build up your town. You're going to be able to expand that town into more. It looks like there's quite a bit of crafting involved.
You just mined like a turnip thing in the ground, and it said, "I still love you," as you're hacking at.
Oh yeah. It looks like it's pretty funny too. It looks like you're over here, like I'm watching a video catching fish and stuff.
Dude, this game looks awesome, and it has like you can play with touchscreen too.
Yep. Yeah, that looks like it could be a little clunky. But yeah, it looks like a lot of crafting involved and sort of going out there. And I'm assuming with the crafting, you're going to make gear and stuff. Yeah, no, this
buy land.
Yep, this is one of the games I'd say. Looking at what was announced, it was one of the more games I'm excited for. So
yeah, looks awesome because there's also some cool dungeon crawling in there too.
Yep.
So cool. Next up, we had a very surprising game to come out. I mean, this is out of nowhere. A pretty famous game, Goat Simulator, the Goaty, like the game of the year,
game of the goat,
right? But yeah. And I've played this game at Aaron's house, and it's like a non-game, just a bunch of wackiness. But there's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, like grinding stuff in it too, and it's so weird, but it looks really funny. Like there's a running microwave with legs. It's just craziness. It kind of just looks like, they bought a bunch of assets off of the Unity store or something.
Throw it in. Just throw it in. But that's available right now, and it includes all the DLC released so far. So
cool.
Nice little package there. Next up, we've got Inmost. Now, this is a very cool and dark-looking game. It's got 3 playable characters in one dark, interconnected story.
I remember when this trailer came out at first. It's so cool looking.
Yeah, it looks...
Side-scrolling pixel game with a lot of, ambient lighting.
And you got the Johnny Metz special with the grapple hook.
Yeah, I love a grapple platformer.
He always loves a grapple. Now, this is first on Switch in 2019, and like I said, it just visually looks really cool. And
this game looks amazing.
Yep, and I'm definitely interested to see how this dark interconnected story plays out. I wonder, if it sort of takes center stage, or if it is more relied on the gameplay itself.
Looks awesome.
Definitely looks pretty sweet, and that's coming out later this year as well.
Sweet. Cool. And next up, we had a cool, crazy-looking game. The
Unruly Heroes.
This is a side-scrolling game, and it really looks really nice. Very, it looks very Rayman Legends-y.
Yeah, I can get behind
that quality. Wow. And is
some
it
platforming?
Co-op? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. You've got you can play solo or co-op. It is it's got platforming, but you're also beating the crap out of people. There's also a verse mode, which is pretty sweet. You know what I mean? So you can get some local co-op, but it ain't co-op at all. It's just brawling. And
is this online co-op? Man, that'd be so cool, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I'd like to just play a fun platformer with you because we had so much fun with New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, that'd be great.
PAX. I wish it was online. But yeah, dude, this game looks sweet. I'm definitely going to be getting this game.
And yeah, definitely looks pretty sweet.
It's amazing.
And it's out right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. Very cool.
You big old Jim. Moving right along, though, we've got Crosscode. This is another very... Honestly, there were a lot of really cool-looking games.
They really were. They went
within
for
this
quality here.
So now this is a top-down game, 2D action RPG, and it just seems very fast-paced. You're going to get into situations where there's just a lot going on. It's funny because it looks like
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it sort of does. Yeah. And then, but now I'm looking at, and she's just, whipping projectiles out at these enemies. This looks really cool, too.
It does look really cool.
There's too many... God dang it, there's too many cool-looking games coming out.
I know. Kill us. We just did 72 games on the eShop Roundup. Kill me now.
Yeah,
Next up, though, from Imogen Form. Can you believe it?
They're back at it, baby.
They're back. And they came with an RPG. They didn't take Casey's suggestion.
Well, it's funny.
Did you see that?
I saw you liked one of my tweets about SteamWorld Dig 2, and I was like, when did I tweet that?
No, it wasn't Dig 2. It was
Heist 2. Excuse me.
They Imogen Forum a year and a half ago, a while ago. they said like, like what kind of game should we make next? And it was like RPG or this kind, and you just put the first comment underneath it, heist 2, please.
That's all I
like
want, baby.
Ignoring all there, and I just thought that was really funny because that was their first comment.
It's like, come on, boys and girls, give it a heist.
So they have a new SteamWorld game, SteamWorld Quest, which we actually found about at PAX behind the scenes. The Hand of Gilgamesh, and mech is MECH, because that, right? You get it? And this is like a card playing RPG, kind of like Paper Mario Color Splash.
The old Color Splash.
Not really. I did see that this isn't a game with like, you don't like stack your deck and like buy cards and stuff like that. It's all contained because that would be insane. But yeah, looks awesome. It's crazy. It's like an epic RPG game, complete with all your. I mean, it's so fun. They're stepping out. I mean, I love how they're sticking with SteamWorld because I like SteamWorld a lot. So it'll be fun to see what kind of styles they mix together on this, like all the callbacks and stuff. Because there's going to be hidden stuff in there. But
for
very
sure.
cool, very cool. So
yeah. I'm I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one. It definitely looks cool. I just don't know if it's gonna be something I totally want to play. But
really,
yeah. I mean, it looks
interesting.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool. I don't know the cards.
I thought you'd totally be. Yeah, I've never played a card game like that, like a card RPG.
Yeah, like I said, it's not something like I'm definitely not turned off by it, but I'm not like foaming at the bit. So it's probably gonna be a situation of like, let's see what. Like when it comes out, like what else is it sort of competing with in that time frame,
right.
So I feel like it's not in that situation where I'm 100% going to play it, but I'll keep an eye out on it.
Okay. Sounds
keep
good.
Keep an eye out on it. But yeah, so that was the fun little indie highlights, and I got to say, like, Wargrove looks awesome. Double Kick Heroes looks pretty darn cool. Forager looks really cool. Inmost, definitely. Unruly Heroes looks cool.
They all look awesome.
Yeah, they're like there was only like 1 or 2 games that I'm like totally not really interested in, but yeah, I'd say a pretty nice little vidya.
Yeah, and no, this was for. I mean, it's weird because it was like from, A.N.N.E, right? So I don't exactly know. I just assumed everything was for the same for NOA, right? For American, because this is from Europe. But anyway, yeah, I mean, all 3 of those games were out today, so it was really fun seeing. I'm glad they're promoting stuff. It was a great video. So, indie highlights.
Just more video games that we're gonna have to.
I just want to
play.
know what Nintendo is doing.
They just told
I want
you.
to see Animal Crossing.
Oh, me too. Please, Jeebus. Please.
I love Animal Crossing.
It's going to be amazing.
I hope it's awesome.
Dude, it's going to be incredible. I already know it. Trust me.
We've decided to release City Folk on the Switch.
Funny
HD.
enough, I've never played City Folk. That's the only Animal Crossing game I didn't play.
City Folk is awesome, actually.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was like that time where, with the Wii that I wasn't playing it that much, and the non-portability aspect of it, so I'm sure it's a very fine game, but...
It is a fine game. But that means we're on to our last segment of the show, I believe.
The last segment of the show.
I believe, right? We are,
Craigslist Roundup.
That's right, the Craigslist Roundup. And this was the first one of 2019, I believe. I think. And it's a fun one.
They're always fun, Perry.
Yeah. I got a 3DS, a blue one I've never gotten before. It's the original 3DS, the Fire Emblem Awakening one that came out.
Oh, wow.
It's blue. It's really pretty. It's in perfect condition, which is really scary for the originals because, the marks on the top screen and stuff. But, man, I love the original 3DS so much. The nostalgia I have for this system. But this is a dark blue, like a really, really cool blue. Not like the launch blue.
That cool blue, baby.
it has this cool like Fire Emblem icon on it. Got that. Has Awakening on it. And then also Pokemon Ultra Sun in box, and Super Smash Bros. Out of box.
Boom.
Just a cartridge.
I bet you could probably flip that Pokemon game for a nice little penny.
Yeah. So guess how much I paid for it?
$13. No, so 3DS, in-box Pokies, and out-of-box Smash.
Yep.
I'm gonna say $50.
Nope, more than that.
$80.
That's right, $80. Right on the head.
Boom.
Yeah, that 3DS is super rare, actually, because it's like the original one, and it's the original 3DS, and it's an early one. I'm gonna check right now, because I'm pretty sure that it's going for a lot. Yeah.
The prettiest of pennies?
I mean, you can get one. I mean, a good you can get $130. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, not too
mine is like very good. So the very good ones are selling. The cheapest very good ones is $270. So it's crazy.
Dang, man.
Yeah, crazy. But yep. So that'll do it. Everyone should always keep an eye on their Craigslist, and if you have any cool catches, send them in. We can talk about them on the show. But that'll do it for my Craigslist Roundup, which will do it for the end of the show then.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'd say this is probably the most games we've ever talked about. I feel like it's one of those like in the NFL where it's like every season, like, oh, the new record for passing was broken. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like a formality
it's
at
like,
this point.
how crazy is it? Yeah, exactly.
But it is.
I feel the same exact way.
But yeah, no, definitely we some good games on the way for sure. And like I said, between PAX and this indie spotlight, you know, we've got tons of good games to look forward to, and it's only the beginning of the year.
I know.
Ooh.
I know. Crazy.
I love it. It's gonna be good because we're gonna keep playing. To me, like 2017, right? I feel like that was like the year. You know what I mean? That year was incredible. 2018, another very good year, but I'd say a dip, you know? So I'm ready for a big heavy hit in 2019. We got Resident Evil Remake 2 on the way. We're going to have Animal Crossing.
Let's talk about that next week.
Oh, yeah.
You hopefully finished it.
I probably could. I don't know. We'll have to see. I feel like generally Resident Evil games, it's like my heart can only take so much, so I end up playing them in smaller chunks. But we'll see. Definitely going to be playing a bunch of that. But yeah, Perry, thank you for joining me and feeling a little better today than you did yesterday.
Yeah. It was a good move. It was a good move to move today. So, yeah, and thank you for working with me.
Accommodating your needs.
Also, yeah, it was fun riding on a plane together.
Yeah, man. We did not play Fast RMX or Mario Kart on the takeoff like we ought to.
No, we didn't.
But that's all right. Maybe next time. Next time.
I mean, what's the difference between that and Chicken Wiggle, really?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Ding!
San Antonio.
What a great time
there.
San Antonio. Why would anyone live there?